Всем здрасте. Сегодня я буду проходить на втором аккаунте задание легенд Венти. Задание легенд можно купить за ключи, которые получаешь за выполнение ежедневных поручений. Направляйтесь на площадь со статуей аниме. Телепортируемся на самую высокую точку Манштадта. Игру сделать чутка потише. Я сделала.
She's all by herself, right? Because she's acting as if she's talking and laughing with somebody. What? You mean so is this an invisible friend who hangs out with you sometimes? Or do they just exist in your imagination? Imaginary. Oh, you must mean So, this imaginary friend of yours. Seriously? So, imaginary friend? Oh, Paimon was like, no way! You guys are so lucky! Because they have this game in Liyue. Have you heard of it?
Oh, Traveler! Fancy meeting you here.
Tone deaf bard.
I'm here because Lisa has been making some exciting news.
Why does the thought of Lisa's contraptions make...
Come now, that's no way to speak about the elegant Miss Lee. For this particular contraption, Lisa had to import some dangerous materials from Sumeru.
Dangerous?
That's right. Looks like a monocle, but actually it's... Sadly, Lisa isn't able to use it herself.
Huh? What?
Perhaps it's because she lacks... If you want to know for sure, just ask her your...
So, you can see them? Go on, tell me!
That would be telling. Anyway, it's all yours now, Traveler. Take a look.
Do you see him? Do you see him?
Венти нам дал какой-то прибор, с помощью которого можно видеть воображаемых друзей других людей.
So it does work for you too.
Paimon wants to see? Wait, alright then. You'll just have to be Paimon's eyes on the ground.
Песен, глава 1.
Flora from the flower shop always seems kinda floaty-headed. You know, Paimon bets she has an imaginary friend.
Встретитесь с Флорой.
There it is! Behold, a floaty imaginary...
Wait, imaginary friends can be plants?
Hi, Traveler. Hi, Bard. Sure, how can I help? Oh, you mean Mr. Floaty? Well, Mr. Floaty is my bestest friend. We grew up together.
No fair. Paimon hates feeling left out.
Flora, why exactly are you friends with a bloaty floaty?
What's wrong with it? I always wanted to be friends with a plant who could fly.
Friends with a flying plant? Why?
Because then when it's windy, you and your friend can fly off into the sky together. You got it?
Isn't that called being blown away?
That's what some people like to call it. I only found out this plant existed from an explorer who told me stories of his adventures. I think his name was Stanley. Stanley's an adventurer. And you can tell he's an expert at it from the stories he tells. The amazing adventures of Stanley are super famous in Mondstadt. He's in the city at the moment. You should go ask him to tell you some of his stories.
That sounds like a fun idea for next time. But right now we have other things to attend to.
Flora's a pretty mysterious kid.
Which child shall we interrogate next?
Paimon's thinking. Oh, how about that little guy on the bridge? No way!
Well, that is
Timmy's imaginary friend is a ruin guard? Paimon's freaking out right now. That thing is sure to attack us.
What say you we postpone our conversation with
Huh? Paimon has a favorite line? Seriously? Oh, alright then. How about we explore the area ahead of us later? Children are more
Поговорите со
open-minded.
взрослыми у таверны.
Is that why they can think up all kinds of imaginary friends?
Fitting, isn't it? That the City of Freedom should be home to children with such boundless powers of imagination.
What about adults' imaginations? Let's ask some adults at the tavern.
Be safe.
The thing about wine is, you have to drink it at the tavern or you miss out on half the fun.
Seems to me you'd find some way of keeping yourself amused even if you drank alone.
If I didn't know any better, I would say you're
Где
being
Венти?
deliberately
Не понял.
uncivil.
Пишет Молтес 27.
Just
Венти это тот
drink
зеленый чел.
responsibly on my premises, okay?
Oh, and if I did have one too many, what then?
Throw you out?
You know, the same way you threw out Father's...
I see no reason to cling to things that have outlived their purpose.
Is that so? Then I trust you were most swift in deep...
Sorry, I have no recollection.
That's odd. Master D-Luke, I'm sure I...
Seems our suspicions were right.
Like I said, a lack of childlike wonder.
So people just stop dreaming when they grow up?
This raises an interesting question. Let's go and check.
Навестите
How
Али.
about Ellen? Someone of her age surely must have some imagination left, don't you think?
Uh-oh. Somehow Paimon finds the
Молтес
idea of
27
not being
пишет.
able
А
to
это
see
кто такой
Ellen's
трендер?
imaginary friend kinda scary.
Делюкс Кей.
Jean? What is Jean doing here? Is Master Jean Ellen's imaginary friend? Yeah, she's so conscientious. It's terrifying.
Oh, hello. What are you guys doing?
Are you always training here?
You bet. Today, I heard Stanley talking about his adventures. I hope I can be as outstanding as him one day.
So that you can fight shoulder to shoulder with Master Jean?
I mean, obviously I want to become a knight. And if I got...
Seems Alan really looks up to Jean.
Oh, thanks! I was thinking, it's not every day I get to hang out with the honorary... How can I smash all these training dummies at once?
Разбейте все тренировочные манекены.
So that's how to do it. I'm impressed.
Решкой, а не малюем.
Oh, thank you. It's clear I still have a long way to go.
So modest. I, for one, think you're quite the pro at this already.
Well, I'm exhausted from training, so clearly my fitness needs some work. One day, though, I'll smash all the training dummies in Mondstadt.
Alan, she's our girl. If she can't do it, Hilly Churl.
Thanks. Shoot, I got so caught up here I forgot there's something I was supposed to do today. Ugh, but I'm so sore from training. I can hardly move. Honorary Knight, could you deliver a message to Jack for me? He's a friend of mine, recently started as an adventurer. We were gonna meet up tonight and discuss adventure plans. Could you let him know it'll have to be another day? If I'm not mistaken, you should find him at the Temple of the Lion. He's adventuring with Stanley today. Stanley's a truly legendary adventurer, renowned in all of Mondstadt. Great! Thank you so much.
Задание выполнено. Следующее. Южный ветер и приключения. Направляйтесь к храму льва. Телепортируемся в храм льва. Молодость 27. Ева, объясни в 2 словах, что происходит. У собора мы нашли Венти, и он рассказал нам о приборе, с помощью которого можно видеть воображаемых друзей. И во время поисков друга мы встретили Айлин, которая попросила найти искателя приключений Джека, потому что он путешествовал со Стэнли, и они там где-то пропали. Здесь нам рекомендуют взять элементы пиро, электро, крио, анема.
The Temple of the Lion? We explored this place once before, didn't we? During the Storm Terror incident. Seems like it's now a hot spot for adventurers. That can only mean one thing. We didn't bag all the loot last time! Looks like we can't go any further.
Not to worry. Allow me. Those who wander in the dust, the wind shall send soaring sky high.
Когда платформа спустится, нужно зажать Ешку. Создастся ветряной поток, который поможет вам подняться. Забираем сундук.
Let's play.
Открываем дверь с помощью механизма. Здесь нас поджидают 2 химичуры. дверь сама откроется. Тут нас ждет еще монстр.
Illusion shattered! No, my sword!
Wheel of Life.
There is no escape!
Guys. Faster? Okay, faster.
Здесь за углом можно забрать еще один обычный сундук. Далее идем за указателем.
Hey, are those guys?
Тут будет приемок бездны или черного ислама.
Prepare to be blown away!
Sacred name, fortune preserver.
Think you can get away?
Shine down!
Rain outlines your fate.
Inazuma shines eternal!
Brace yourselves.
Body and mind.
I was so sure I was about to die.
To be fair, that could have gone either way.
Джек и Стэнли, которые
So, you must be Jack the Adventurer, I assume?
Yes. Who are you?
Actually, we came looking for you.
Ellen has a message for you. She said she won't be able to join you today to plan out your next adventure together. She'll...
Oh, I see. I feel bad you had to come all this way to find me.
I don't
see what all the fuss is about.
Этот второй на основном
You are
54 ранг, на этом
Stanley? You were that
42.
legendary?
На
Very
основном
sick.
уже проведены все задания легенд, все встречи на все концовки. Вышедший сюжет.
I must say, it's an honor to meet one of... Well then, how would everyone like to proceed? Head back, or...
Well, I think you're now in a safe hand, in which case, why head back now?
Okay, motion passed by unanimous consent. Let's head further in.
So, I'm guessing you mostly came here because you want to hear my adventure stories. Am I right?
No, we really were just looking for Jack.
What? Do you know who I am? I am Stanley, renowned adventurer of Mondstadt.
Yeah, I think we got that.
Well, your attitude says maybe you don't got that. I am Stanley, the living legend. Stanley who braved the Mandravari.
That's all right. Stop name-dropping yourself every time you open your mouth.
It's true, though. Stanley is the most amazing guy.
Well, Jack will listen, won't you?
На этом аккаунте у меня, в принципе, никакой прокачки нет.
You and your partner reached the Mandravari, a famously terrifying...
Потому что я жду 45-го ранга, чтобы потратить 55 слабой смолы.
Place with not a wisp of wind.
Precisely.
При 45-м
There
ранге
was a
займусь
deathly
прокачкой
silence in the air. A
персонажей.
sea of ashes
Пока мне
stretched
так
out
неплохо
before us,
живется.
as far as the eye could see.
Игру сделай потише. Ну ладно.
Edge of eye. Son, my partner was caught in a whirlpool picked up by an evil beast. Luckily, I managed to grab hold of him just in time.
So, did he make it?
Sadly, I know was able to set foot on home ground once more. With the gentle breeze carried away the tears welling up in my eyes.
Poor guy. How could that happen?
Jack, you can't cry so easily if you want to be a great adventurer.
Потому что на 45-м ранге во всех данжах с артефактами
Because an adventurer's proudest achievement is to die in the course of their final adventure.
Со 100% шансом
Whatever happens, no adventurer should ever die in a place where the wind doesn't blow. The wind has to bring your spirit back to Mondstadt.
That's right. To die in a place where the wind
Самые
blows and to
легкие там
have
вроде
your spirit
50
carried back to
уровни, но там
Mondstadt on the
4
wind.
звездочные арты
That's
падали, поэтому
the dream.
вот эта вся смола, она просто так убывала.
Although, the most I can aspire to right now is
лучше сливать только на боссов.
beginner's commissions, like clearing out the slum.
Похилимся немного.
Slime's clogging up the sewers.
You shouldn't die
Дальше,
in
я
a
так
place with
понимаю,
no
нам нужно
wind.
создать ветряной поток.
Why do they keep going on about
Немножко
that?
Венти опять.
Is that why Stanley thinks the Mare Javari is the most terrifying
Пролететь
place in the
через
world?
кольца.
Because there's no wind there?
Тут немножко два магобеза.
Brace yourself. Illusion shattered.
Ring cutter.
Time for takeoff.
There is no escape.
Orders given. Orders received. Let's play! Traveler, I believe I've made a small discovery. Could I ask you to use the Nernama detector once more?
What? Stanley has an imaginary friend.
It seems his imaginary friend is a seasoned warrior. You're saying his imaginary friend is an idealized version of his own self? Interesting idea, but is it true?
Please excuse me. I'll be leaving now.
Bye, Stanley.
Ева, новичку реально пройти задание? Это задание открывается вроде как на 40-м ранге.
Do you two still have time to spare?
What is it?
Ну,
A few days
открывается
ago,
возможность
Stanley got drunk
его
and told me a
открыть.
secret. Something he's never told anyone before. The weapons he took on his adventure
Надеюсь,
all those
если
years ago, they were none other than those once wielded by
вас
Mondstadt's greatest hero, Vanessa
еще нет
herself.
50-го ранга,
The sword
то
of brilliant valor and the shield of magnificent honor. I
Если
don't know whether you believe me, but
уровень персонажа
apparently,
будет
both the sword
ниже
and
уровня
shield
мобов,
are still
то
right here in
реально
Mondstadt,
будет.
over in Dadaupa Gorge. Since you guys are the
Короче,
experts at
черных
this,
магов
you
бездны
bet.
тут никого
This
нет.
is Stanley we're talking about. If I can just get a hold of something impressive enough to show my family what I'm capable of, maybe they'll finally come around to the idea of me being an adventurer. Right now, I'm just a rookie. My abilities are limited,
вроде первее всех
and
открывается,
my
которые
parents don't
заключить.
support my goals one bit.
Ну,
So, what do you say?
по-моему,
Help a
там
guy out?
какие-то задания несколько
I can't bring
открываются еще
myself
на
to tell
35-м,
Stanley about it
36-м
because my
уровне.
reasons are so
Ну, 36-м.
selfish. But
Скорее
I
всего,
swear I'll
это
give the weapons back to him as
вот
soon as I'm done.
Клей, помню.
Aw, poor
Наверное,
Jack.
Венти тоже.
Let's help him out. Venti, you coming too?
I don't know.
Oh, one other thing.
Они,
I have a bottle
кстати,
of
то, что
rare
у меня
vintage
якобы
wine that I had
70-го
someone fetch for me a
роста
couple years ago.
18 тысяч,
Help me
это
find
нам
these weapons, and
таланты
it's all
не
yours.
прокачаны.
Dada Gorge, was it? Let's hurry. There's no time to lose.
Если это без какого-то супер оружия, артефактов и таланта не прокачаны, то вполне нормально. Забираем драгоценный сундук после диалога. Дальше львиный клык. Найдите меч ослепительной доблести. Направляемся искать меч в отмеченную зону.
That bunch of villagers! Are they holding some kind of ceremony? And what's with that pile of knickknacks? Are they worshipping them?
Seems so. That must be the sword of brilliant valor, surely.
Prepare to be blown away! Wingblade!
Shine down!
No, my soul!
Life goes on. Opening box of Adepti Tricks.
Witness the power of Gua!
Победив всех хильчеров, забираем меч.
Lo and behold, the sword of brilliant valor.
Are you sure? Looks kinda basic to Paimon, and a little worse for wear, too. Why would Hilichurls be bowing down before a piece of junk like this?
Seems somebody tossed an old sword into a pile of spoils these Hilichurls were already celebrating.
This is in terrible shape, and it's so basic, I'm at a loss for words.
Say, Jack, have you ever seen an Anemo crystal fly? They're found in the open country around Mondstadt City. If you saw one in broad daylight, you wouldn't bat an eyelid. But in the pitch blackness of night, its brilliant glow is mesmerizing. It truly resembles an exquisite crystal dancing in the night air. Is valor not the same? When everything is going your way, it seems meaningless, fades into the background. But when you're in dire straits, valor is the thing that gets you fired up.
You're right. You're right. Then this has to be it. This is the sword of brilliant valor.
Ева, задание длинное. По сравнению
So, we got our sword. Now we just need that shield.
особо.
Let's scout around. It's definitely in Dadaupa Gorge, so... Huh?
There's somebody there.
Stanley? What's he doing here?
He's acting so weird.
What happened? Why did you stop all of a sudden?
Huh? Oh, it's nothing. Just one of those Mora-spouting weasel thieves passed by is all.
What? Where?
В этом
I want to
задании
see.
еще нет особых сложностей.
Maybe another time. We have a shield to find, remember?
Найдите щит сияющей воли. Двигаемся к отмеченной зоне. Заключите сделку с Хиличурлом.
Lo and behold, the shield of
У этого
magnificent
Хиличурла
honor.
оказался щит.
Liar, liar, pants on fire. It's a chunk of wood. A chunk of scrap wood with the handle attached. Who in their right mind would use this as a shield?
There's also wine stains on it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was just taken from a wine barrel.
And yet, my bard's intuition tells me that this is none other than the shield of magnificent honor. Warriors wear their battle scars with pride, and shields are no different. Surely an intact shield is one that has shied away from the battlefield. Is not the broken and splintered shield the one that has fought in countless wars and lived to tell the tale? Though the soldier's body be tired and torn, still they fight till the very end, till they have no blood left to bleed. Such magnificent strength of will. Is that...
You do have a point. Shiny new shields don't stay new and shiny for long. Okay then. Well, maybe if we ask nicely, he'll just let us take the Shield of Magnificent Honor for free. Ahem. Excuse me, Mr. Hillychurl? Well, okay, you take it from here. Hope you've picked up some Hillychurlian by now. If not, there's always body language.
У нас есть 3 варианта ответа. Один из них какая-то по-хиличурлски.
Seems cheerful enough.
Есть
Maybe negotiating will work after all.
сердечки, дружба.
Uh-oh, he did not seem to appreciate that.
Well, if you insist, a tune I shall strum.
Seems cheerful enough. Maybe negotiating will work after all. Oh, yeah! He actually gave us the shield!
Guys, thank you so much. I can't believe I actually found them. Mom, Dad, check out the legendary weapons I found.
Hey, wait! The wine, you promised! Aw, and I actually helped a lot this time. What are you doing here, Stanley? Out for a stroll?
Hey, what are you doing here, Bard? Fancy that, huh? You, out for a stroll, too?
Oh, that's right. An after-dinner stroll, to be precise. We were also helping a friend look for something.
Paimon's starting to think Stanley might be a fraud. Did Stanley plant the sword and shield here in advance so as to not hurt Jack's feelings?
Adventurers must be pretty familiar with Dadaupa Gorge. You've fought battles here before, after all.
You better believe it. I can navigate this whole area with my eyes closed.
Wow. Then I admire your perseverance. And your memory, too.
It's only to be expected of a great adventurer like me. You guys had better watch out, though. This place is crawling with hilichurls. I'll get back to my, stroll now. Goodbye.
Guilty conscience much?
Well, he shouldn't have gotten so carried away bragging to Jack, should he? Although, on further reflection, I must say I'm intrigued. Someone who can't let go of the past and gives up on the present instead. I wonder, if such a person was forced to take their first step towards the future, which way would they go?
What are you talking about?
I'm just musing to myself. Anyway, I propose we take a trip to Angel's Share tonight.
Направляемся к таверне Доля Ангелов. Нужно перемотать время в меню Паймон, чтобы оно было от 18 часов до 23. Садитесь рядом со Стэнли.
Tell me, Stan. Tell me, what should I do?
Huh? Why does he keep repeating his own name? Could there be another person called Stanley?
Oh, Stanley. It should have been me. I should have been the one to die in the Meljabari that day. Why won't your spirit come and stop me from using your name? Why? Why? If only you hadn't had to save a rookie like me, you would have never died in that windless corner of the world. You were a renowned adventurer, destined to become a legend one day. But now, that'll never happen, because your life was cut short, and all because of a worthless tag-along.
Does anyone get what's going on here?
I think our friend really did make it to the Meljabari. And I think the tragedy he encountered there was real too. But the real adventurer, the real Stanley, that was his partner, not him. The real Stanley is the one who died to save our Stanley.
Wait, so the only reason our Stanley is called Stanley in the first place is because he stole the other Stanley's name?
I fear that may be the case.
Stanley, for so many years I've lived in fear. Fear that Mondstadt will forget all about you. So I tell you adventure stories at every opportunity. Mondstadt must remember. Stanley reached the center of the Meljabari. He's the greatest adventurer there ever was, and he lives on. Stanley will never die, because I am Stanley. I am Stanley. I'm sorry, Stanley. I'm getting too old. Now, are you guys planning on eavesdropping much longer?
Yikes! We're busted!
Пытайтесь поговорить со Стэнли.
Go away. Save your questions. Just leave me in peace.
But...
Leave now. Don't make me tell you again.
Honorary Knight, Venti, and Paimon. I'm so glad you guys are here. I've been looking for you everywhere. I wanted to thank you again for helping me find the sword and shield. My parents are finally supporting me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really. They even said they're gonna pay for someone to fix up the Sword of Brilliant Valor and Shield of Magnificent Honor for me, so I can take them out on the road.
That's wonderful! So, Jack, is this the part where you bid farewell to Mondstadt and set off on your intrepid trip traversing Teyvat?
No, not yet. I still don't have what it takes to go too far from home just yet. Besides, I'm sure Stanley still has a few stories left to tell. They're what inspired me to become an adventurer in the first place. Stanley, Oh, you're drunk again. We'll see you tomorrow then. After your hangover wears off. Maybe you can tell me some more of your stories?
Stanley's really fond of that kid, don't you think?
Jack. Jack.
Jack left.
Oh, I see. Well, thank you for not telling him about my secret.
Huh? All of a sudden you're facing the facts? That isn't like you.
Just now, I couldn't bear to look at him. His adventurous spirit is so pure, unblemished. Just a weary old feckless fraud. But that kid is a brand new shining star, full of potential. I cannot allow his dreams to be crushed.
You're not a total fraud. Stanley's adventure stories and experiences. They're all true, aren't they?
Stories? Experiences? What's the point of them anymore? To be honest, my memories of adventuring and of Stanley, they're hazy these days. That's my biggest secret of all, and my biggest fear. All these years, I've been living to tell his story. But his personality and the details of his life, I don't remember them clearly anymore. But the one thing I can never forget is that he died in a windless land, where his spirit can never be recovered.
Exactly. Even in his memory, the real Stanley isn't the living, breathing friend he knew at all. Instead, he's become fixed on the image of him as that battle-scarred warrior. And that image has held him captive his entire life.
I'm too old. I never let go. But still, so much has slipped away. I'm completely and utterly worthless. No adventurer should have to go that way. No adventurer ever.
Hans Archibald.
My true name? How did you know? The wind. I can hear the wind blowing in the Mare Javari. I always believed you existed.
Will you hand me your old friend's spirit?
I can't believe you all. And thank you, Lord Barbados. I'm sorry. It's gonna take me some time to calm back down. But I think that I'm gonna be okay.
Ah, wonderful! Stanley reconnected with his true self and Jack can finally go his own way. This calls for a celebration. And by celebration, I do, of course, mean libation.
And by libation, you mean you're not leaving this tavern till you're too drunk to walk, right?
No, the wine here's too expensive. Jack still owes me some wine, though. He promised me a rare vintage in exchange for helping him out, remember? I'll head off to fetch the wine. See you shortly. Let's meet at the usual place.
Huh? Where's that supposed to be? Why is Paimon... Hey!
Направляйтесь в старое место. Телепортируемся туда же, где и начинали. Забираемся на статую Мархонта и разговариваем с Венти.
You made it. Finally.
Just tell us where you meet next time, okay? We looked everywhere. So, did you at least manage to find your wine?
Yep. Well, sort of. Jack made it out to be a rare collector's edition vintage. When actually it's just a half bottle of regular cider. This takes me back. The first time I saw this view, I hadn't even taken on this form yet. It was about 2,600 years ago, before the world had come under the rule of the Seven. At that time, Old Mondstadt was ruled by a tyrant, who sealed off the city's perimeter with a ferocious hurricane. Even the birds couldn't get in or out.
Old Mondstadt? Oh, Paimon remembers! Nowadays it's known as Storm Terror's lair, right? You mentioned it before.
That's right. The Tyrant of the Winds who once ruled from that tower was Decarabian, god of storms. Back then, I was but a wisp among the 1,000 winds. I wasn't a god of anything. I didn't even have a human form. I was just a tiny elemental being who lived in the wind, a gentle breeze bringing subtle changes for the better, or tiny seeds of hope.
A tiny elemental being? Without a human form? Venti, do you mean you used to look different than you do now?
Yep. My current form is not so different from the situation with fake Stanley. I took the form of a friend. In Old Mondstadt transpired the story to be told. Where a tyrant ruled, I met a boy not that old. The lyre he played, and for a song he sought. But storm walls blocked blue sky, he was sincerely distraught. I do so wish to see the birds in flight, said he, his strong eyes filling with light. But his voice was lost in the howling wind's churn, for the whirlwind takes and gives not in return. The true sky and songs that cageless soar, were they not wishes worth fighting for? So the boy turned, extending his hand. Let us cast down the tyrant and his walls from this land. The young boy raised then the flag of revolt, and I threw myself into freedom's tumult. Victorious were we who fought to be free. Gods fell, winds whipped, nations shook violently. the smoke, a despot met his doom. And we watched as his great tower fell none too soon. Mondstadt began anew, the story passed down, and since then never has another worn its crown.
So then what? What happened to your friend?
Say, Paimon, do you wish to hear the next part of the story?
Yes, of course. The suspense is killing Paimon. But Venti's telling his story. What makes you suddenly want to have a meat feast?
Getting a little peckish or something.
Paimon's had it up to here with you.
You know, you're so smart it almost makes me uncomfortable sometimes. But then, maybe it's right that true friends can tell what the other is thinking. A refreshing drink, a gentle breeze. Moments like this always take me back. Back to a song that I first heard from him. Fly, fly away. Like a bird in the sky. See the world on my behalf. To the heavens may you fly.
Задание легенд завершено. Нам дали 60 примагемов. А теперь потрачу все свои примагемы, которые сегодня были. Ничего интересного. Мы прошли задание легенд Венти. Прямо вот отсюда исчезла. Ставьте лайки, подписывайтесь на канал. Всем пока.